using the esports to generate sales.
Yep.
So they're not in it for the long haul of esports. They're in it to make the sales for a product that has obviously over the years become obsolete and inadequate to what people are used to seeing. And they're going to say, you know what, if we can't sell it based on its merit, we're going to push it based on specifically marketing, which means using any deceitful tactic that can be used, i.e. my days at Acclaim, making a fucking game like Maximum Crappage with a red cartridge, and because it was a red cartridge, it was like, oh my god, it's a red cartridge. Or better yet, having a game like, you know, Maximum Carnage with the band Green Jello singing Little Pig, Let Me In while you're playing the game. And that's the marketing tactic that's involved, not based off of the quality of the product, which has been proven time and time again. Look at Acclaim. Eventually it fails.
But how many others get through?
But now here's the thing. They already came down. They're already down that line. And again, I'm not trying to. Again, I'm not ripping Capcom. Just the truth is the truth. They've already gone down the line of failure for quite some time. Is it going to be enough of a push to pull them back all the way, or is it enough that's just going to prolong the death?
James, it's a do or die for them. They're at 153 million going down. It's do or die. So as far as it's concerned, it's not like, oh, you know something, I think this is the avenue we should go. They're looking at esports as a whole, and they're seeing a company like Riot, whose entire organization is successful off of esports. And for whatever reason, with I'm not talking about Capcom as an entire company, but at least for Street Fighter, there may be an avenue for them to, especially when it's a demand. It's one thing if they were trying to force it, but they're not trying to force it. People demand it. It would be irresponsible for them as a company not to adhere to the demand. People want Street Fighter to go esports. Although they say, no, they don't. No, we don't. We just want to play. Nonsense. That's why people complain about the money all the time. Yo, Evo's a world championship, and Shen is only getting $5,000. That's why this game should go to MLG. Because look, Mortal Kombat got $33,000 last year. Well, I thought you just wanted to play.
I do, just not.
Hypocrisy. Fucking hypocrisy.
Listen, if Street Fighter, I'm gonna show you some about how like leagues like MLG and MVG and DreamHack and these guys are, like World Cyber Games. A company as popular, a league as popular as that, if they said, can we get Street Fighter? I put money to you. MLG will be like, you know something? Since we got this game, we're going to go find a backer, a big backer. Microsoft, hey, Microsoft, listen, we want to make sure the next Street Fighter comes out on your system, blah, blah, blah. Just like what they do with Sony, to put up all that money for Mortal Kombat and Soul Calibur and King of Fighters. Yo, we need 50 grand for Street Fighter. Their numbers will blow off the roof. This will make Evo look like shit. And for those who keep saying, didn't Triforce say the same thing about BXG? The difference between BXG and MLG is tried, tested, and has survived. BXG was tried, failed, and it is now dead. That is the big difference. People can trust MLG because it's been here for almost 10 years now. People can't trust BXG because in its 1 year was given a try, it failed.
Well, stop trying to compare. Abu Hobby said something, and then I want to see how this, and he's right with this. MLG will make Smash people play on BenQ monitors. Do you think that that is going to?
No.
Not, let me tell you something. It will resonate with them.
No,
it would.
It will, because they want their CRT lag free.
That's and now this is the only situation here, right? This is a situation here. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Remember the scandal last year, James? Actually, it was on the On Blast show that you revealed the scandal. MLG needed monitors, and they didn't have any. Then they had Asus, and what did they do?
They put the labels, BenQ over the labels. Yes,
Okay,
covered them.
there are things that people are willing to do to make it work. So, in fact, with Smash Brothers being so popular, it is very well. I don't think they're gonna go through all that.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna go get a bunch of BenQ monitors and get cardboard and go around the back of it, a cardboard, and say it's a big CRT.
However they do it, man.
Or they're just gonna knock the screens out of a bunch of old CRTs and lay it in there.
They didn't put the big Qs in.
Actually, you know something? I'm glad you guys mentioned it. In 2010, I don't remember. Did they use monitors or was it CTRs?
I think it was CTRs.
Nah, they was using CRTs.
I keep saying CTRs.
I mean, I'm not really familiar with how they was using it, like in tournament scenes, because I've only been in tournament scene for like a year now. But
well, I will say this. I will say this.
Smash for CRT. They use CRTs for Smash exclusively, I think.
I will say this. I don't see, me personally, my opinion, I don't see MLG and BenQ forcing anyone to use their monitors. I think they're going to just go out and go get some CRTs, and they're going to let this one slide.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. If MLG was smart, they'd be driving all over. They pick up one guy, 50 guys, hire 50 guys in 50 states, say drive around, and any motherfucker that threw out a CRT, pick it up.
Yep.
You never know. It's probably already done.
They're already probably doing it now.
You know how I see the Smash guys doing it all the time.
In fact, you know, so funny, the CRTs that they probably had back in 2010, they probably still have them.
Yeah, that's true too. Somewhere. Probably shoved in a warehouse. So now let me ask you this. Let me, and I want to get back onto the original thing and move down the line to the other people as far as the dark ages of the scene. But do you guys know what one of the biggest fucking sleeper titles of '87 was?
87. What system?
NES.
Sleeper title. 87.
And that's going back.
That's one of the most that to this day.
Wizards of Warriors?
No
Iron Sword?
No, those are games I worked on. Shut up.
Oh.
those are buried titles.
I was still playing Street Fighter 1 in Penn Station, man.
Arch Rivals?
Nope.
Arch Rivals could have been Esports. Dead out.
What rival? What genre? What genre?
Side-scrolling shooter.
When you mean side-scrolling shooter, you mean
Contra.
Side-scrolling, like a Contra type game.
A Contra type.
It's like Akari Warriors?
Nope.
Nah, Akari Warriors was popular.
And it's now one of the characters is the most recognized character.
Oh, Commando.
Nope.
Wait. Recognized character in what?
In fighting games or requested.
Bionic Commando.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't Bionic Commando?
No.
Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mega Man. When Mega Man 1 came out, nobody gave a rat's ass fuck about it.
Yeah, you're right, because they damn box art.
You know, yeah.
Box art was trash.
Yeah, it looked like shit. It looked like shit. It didn't sell well. It didn't sell well. And then it got, I guess, between 2 and 2 is when it picked up.
Yeah.
And
then when it went bonkers.
And then
the
people,
only time
and then
the
people
sequel
went
where
back.
it saved it.
Yeah. and then people were out. I mean, the only reason I got the game was because my brother was working at Child World the Christmas shift and it fell off the truck. It was just one of those that got added into my collection. And I'll never forget, I fell in love with the game. I thought it was an amazing game.
It was.
Mega Man was awesome,
the depth to it, the thought out, to, you know, this weapon, you have to do this dude to beat this dude. You know, I keep calling the orange motherfucker the dude from fucking Bugs Bunny, the Frankenstein from Bugs Bunny, that you fought at the end. But to this day, Mega Man is a title that I feel like Capcom let it go to shit. You know, but Mega Man, like you were saying with Smash, Mega Man's in it. You know?
Yeah, original Mega Man.
Yeah, original Mega Man.
X.
I don't want no fucking dogs or any fucking soccer balls or any other shit it
Zero!
does. I just want.
Zero!
Zero's DLC.
And
Yeah.
they
Zero's DLC.
let the ball, in my opinion, slip on Mega Man.
Yeah,
They
that
let the ball slip on Resident Evil.
Yeah.
They've let the ball slip on what other titles?
Bionic Commando.
You Bionic
Devil
Commando,
May Cry.
Strider, Section Z.
Devil May Cry, they fucked up a little bit.
Yo, in fact, you know, so
Could
forgot.
have made a sequel to Black Tiger.
Yeah. Oh, damn sure they could have put a sequel.
Shut up, you and your fucking record.
Strider should have been came out.
You know,
Is
but the
Capcom
point.
one working on Shaq Fu?
No.
No.
No, hell no.
But the point is, look at all their failures.
One after another.
Actually,
it's a building. It's been a building process to failure.
You want to know why they failed, though? You want to know why they failed?
Because they only look at one market.
No. Wait. What do you mean by that? Explain that first.
They look at one market. The Japanese market is the market they care to appease.
Well, okay, that's true, and also their target demographic was always on Nintendo.
Yes.
And they left Nintendo.
Exactly.
Capcom's #1 selling franchise is Monster Hunter.
Yep.
And it is OD on the Wii and Wii U.
And now, you look at them now and you go, they're hanging on with that tampon string of fucking...
Running back to Nintendo like a little...
Trying to run back and save face. But, you know, if you spit in my face, don't ask me to fucking do you a favor.
Exactly. I'm surprised Nintendo is doing them a favor. They lucky they got Mega Man in the game.
I think Nintendo's like, you know what? We'll throw this nigga a bone because you know what? After we're done with this shit, he gonna cry and he gonna want to put Captain Commando or some shit in this game. We're gonna tell him to go fuck himself. But
or Nintendo probably made an agreement with them because this.
I think they were offered a lot of money, man.
No, it's not that. Trust me. This Capcom Nintendo relationship happened in the past. I can't believe you guys actually don't remember it. Back in the Nintendo 64, when Capcom was starting to make a lot of games for the Saturn and the PlayStation, and they were showing Nintendo no love, Nintendo made a trade deal. Yamauchi made a deal where Capcom was going to come on board and help Nintendo make one of their games. In return, they would help develop Resident Evil 2 for the 64. And that's when Nintendo let Capcom help them develop the Zelda game, Oracle of Seasons and Ages. And in turn, they got their game. Then on the GameCube, Capcom ran away again, went to Sony PlayStation 2, left them, games weren't doing so cool, came back, and Nintendo was like, yo, my G, like, come on, man, can you throw us a bone? And it's like, yeah, man, we'll give you Beautiful Joe. Beautiful Joe came out on the GameCube. That game was godlike. And then when the game sales flew off the chart, what did Capcom do? Betray Nintendo. Right again. Told Nintendo Beautiful Joe was exclusive and then made the sequel on the PlayStation. Then the game didn't sell too much and they had to close Cloverleaf and it died. Like, this is why I say, it's so funny.
Cross.
What?
Cross. Perfect example. Cross-teching.
Cross-teching.
Perfect example. Perfect example.
Like, I just find it.
That shit was a beta test for fucking Ultra.
It was. And just like Marvel 3, Tatsunoko versus Capcom was a beta test for Marvel 3. That's the sad part about it.
I believe
do
it.
beta tests for that stuff.
And Tatsunoko versus Capcom did very well on the Wii. It did so good that they came out with All-Stars right after it. But then, when Marvel 3 came out, no Marvel 3 for Nintendo. Like, see? This is, like, everyone just uses Nintendo till they get what they want, and then they bounce. That's why I call Nintendo the good old housewife. They get that good old house cook, good old house
Good
cook.
housewife.
To be fair, everyone other than Nintendo uses everybody. Because Nintendo doesn't have to use anybody.
No, Nintendo doesn't even need the industry. Nintendo is its own industry.
Nintendo is the king, and they always will be.
Yeah, but you know what? Their success, they still need third-party developers.
No, they don't.
Nah, they do.
No, they don't.
do. How many games can they release? They're going to break their own rule on their title releases?
Okay, wait, no. Oh, okay, that's a great question you asked. In this year alone, to sell the Wii U, all they have to do is release, let's see, okay, Mario Kart 8, Smash Brothers, and we'll throw in one extra. Release a Metroid.
Just release Smash Brothers. That's all you need. Guaranteed. That's all you need.
Yeah, okay. For just this year, well, Mario Kart 8's coming out this year anyway. But just for this year alone, Mario Kart 8, Smash Brothers. 2015, a Zelda, Metroid.
Nah, two titles alone is not enough.
Yes,
it's not. It's not enough. Look, do the math. It's not enough. Right? Do the. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not enough in the sense of I want to make my my shareholders happy. I want to pay my motherfuckers. I want to take care of my development for my future, which is where the money's going to get laid into. You're going to, no matter what, at the end of the day, there's got to be a Wii U, me too, whatever the fuck they want to call it. It has to be. It's just the cycle of life. But
James, last year, Nintendo, for 2014, Nintendo only released 2 games that I'm even aware of on their Wii U. Nintendo base for AAA first-party flagship. One was a brand new game, and the other one was a remake. Nintendo was closing out the year, failing, and they dropped a Wind Waker bundle pack. And by the first quarter of 2014, Nintendo was right-sided.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Do you know what, I don't know if you know offhand, what were those sales in money as far as those games?
Most of their sales came from it was a Zelda.
I'm saying price, money-wise, denomination-wise.
Oh, I don't know that. Well, I could go online and look it up, but I don't know.
If you looked it up, but then you look at fucking a crap game like Call of Duty Ghost that sold $1 billion in 24 hours.
Yeah, but who clears off that? Sony and Microsoft? No.
No, but I'm saying, sustainability for a system, is got to be based off of a constant flow of money. If you're going to turn around and release 2 or 3 titles, that's not enough. Granted, they got their 3DS. That's their anchor. If the 3DS and shit took a hurt, then they would really feel a hurt.
No, they wouldn't. I'm telling you, James, they put out an article, right? And it says Nintendo can lose $250 million between now and 2052, and the company would still be okay.
Yes, but that's in the grand scheme of things, that's not that much. As much as to me and you, we're going, $250 million.
Yeah, that's really nothing. When we're talking about $1 billion industry,
Whoa! Then I don't think you guys heard what I said. They can lose.
I seen an article.
$150 million per year, all the way up to 2052 per year. A quarter, $250 million per.
Stature-wise, yes. Now let's just make the apocalypse right now for Nintendo. That starts happening for 5 years. Do you not think every investor's going to get spooked out of their mind?
That's true, but guess what? That's not going to happen because it just doesn't. It's Nintendo. They got Mario. He's a gangster. He's an Italian mobster.
He's a goddamn plumber.
He's a fucking Brooklyn. G that never gets it.
Brooklyn.
He's a Brooklyn plumber, so the motherfucker's union.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Nintendo will never go out of business. They union. He got that.
He got that union money.
That's what he knows where Jimmy Hoffa is.
I got that union.
So anyway, what? We've totally gotten off the subject. Let me swing over to Mikey K. We'll get back to you, Triforce. So what do you think about the Dark Ages? Do you think it's here? Do you think it's coming?
In terms of fighting games or games in general?
I mean, fighting games, but with games in general in the same. The overall picture, systems, games in general, but specifically more driven towards the fighting game scene.
In terms of games in general, no. In terms of fighting games, unfortunately, I have to say yes. I just don't think fighting games are as popular as they used to be. I think that the market caters to the fucking little kid who loves to see blood, gore, and fucking shoot everybody. I'm in the army, and then they go to the army and they die, and they're like, "Well, fuck, what happened to me?" But
if they die, I really don't think they're gonna go, "What happened to me?"
I mean, I gotta say, I don't think fighting games is lasting, and I think it's because just nobody cares about the growth of it. Everybody just is fine with where it is right now. Well, the people that matter don't care about it. They just like it where it is right now, I guess I should say.
All right, let me go, Gavin, because he's been all quiet over there. Is that why he's quiet? Gavin, are you there?
I thought you didn't. Did you bring him back?
Yeah, he's still in the chat.
He's been here the whole time, I think.
All right, let's go to Jazz, and we'll work our way back to Gavin.
Yep. Z report.
I think the dark ages for GC, man, is here. I think so. I think Ultra's a band-aid, man. I really think, like, Super came out ever since Street Fighter 4. Everybody was so enthusiastic. Oh, yeah, fighting games are going to make a comeback and blah, blah, blah. But I don't see it happening. I see that a lot of fighting games are really dumped down to the consumer. They're not really geared toward the hardcore, you know, meat and potatoes. Yeah, I like my steak and I like my fries type gamers that, you know, that we talk frame data and stuff like that. I think that a lot of times people get it misconstrued that the FGC is all about, yeah, we know what we're doing as far as knowledge of the game. And yeah, knowledge of the game is good, but it's not what is cracked up to be. Gaming in general, I don't think gaming in general is in the dark ages. I think it's just FGC. I think, you know, gaming is alive and well. It's a multi-million to the trillion-dollar industry. You know what I'm saying? Gaming will never die. It's just a good amount of pop culture as, you know, Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi. You know, but as far as fighting games needs CPR. Like, seriously.
I agree.
Seriously, it needs CPR. It needs something fresh and dynamic. I mean, when I was playing fighters, I'm still enthusiastic about playing Karate Champ.
That's why you get your ass spanked by me.
Crazy as fuck. I get your ass spanked on games that you tested, asshole. But yeah, I still play Street Fighter 1. I still play Street Fighter 2. I still play all the fighters basically going
Don't play
up
Alpha
like
because you get bodied.
Yeah. Everybody wants to body me. Why? I'm not demigod, a fighting game player.
Because we love talking shit to you, Jazz.
Because you're free, nigga. You're free.
It's because we love you, supposedly.
I respect that, but yeah, man, the shit needs a good ass heroin shot. You know what I'm saying? To wake up. The player, the FGC needs to wake up and really see the game for what it is. It's just a game, man.
I don't think heroin is.
You can't pay your bills with this shit. You can't pay bills with this shit. You know what? I'd be happy to go to a fucking tournament and just get a stick like that. Like I really don't look at.
So what you're saying is, you're saying you go to events just to get a little dick? Oh, I'm sorry.
God.
Maybe your mic was cutting out. That's what I thought I heard.
Anyway, nigga. Anyway, fighting it needs a new concept. You know what I'm saying? I respect Combo Fiend for what he tries to do with Ultra, but this shit really needs CPR. Fighting games in general need CPR. We need something fresh and dynamic to keep it going, or it's gonna die. As far as Capcom's concerned, man, Capcom has been hemorrhaging money from fuck-ups for years, man. Yeah. It's not going to change. It's never going to change.
No, it does change. It does change because they're running out of. They had Band-Aids. They're running out of Band-Aids to use now. They used to be able to go, you know what? Fucking Street Fighter did hurt, and let's dump more time into Resident Evil. You know, and we'll make it back from there. Or, you know, let's do another Mega Man or a fucking Devil or whatever they want.
Or a Dead Rising.
It's anything. They're running out of those IPs.
You can't keep hemorrhaging money, man. You got to be able to make your capital somehow. And I think that's why Capcom is going into this esports plateau and shit. Because they can't keep hemorrhaging money and expect to survive. Look at Sega. Sega's like, fuck that, we ain't making consoles no more. And look, they're still around. Because they knew their limitations.
Well, they're around in spirit, really.
Yeah, they knew their limitations, and it was like, well, We can't keep losing money.
Well, wait,
So
aren't they involved? Aren't they involved with the arcade cabinets for Guilty?
Well, being involved with a cabinet is totally different from
I'm
being.
just saying they're not obsolete.
No, they're not obsolete.
No.
But you guys have to keep into consideration. Like, you got to ask yourselves this about Sega and Capcom. When they get involved in esports, right? What money are they spending?
As far as, what do you mean? As far as investing into it?
What are they?
You have
Okay.
to invest something into it.
No, okay, watch this. All right. A game, the Street Fighter, what's the name of this thing? Street Fighter Ultra, right?
Yeah.
When Ultra comes out, let's say the average, what's the sales price of the physical copy of the game?
$30.
$39.99.
$39.99. And how much is the download?
The download's $29.99.
Wait, they gonna want me to pay $40 for that shit?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
So wait. So we're gonna go at the average price of $35, right? If Capcom sells 250,000, that's wood, right? They make 8,750,000, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that number in mind. I want to show you something. How much money is Capcom giving out on the Pro Tour?
I don't know the official amount.
I really don't know.
Neither do I.
Let's say $2,000 for every event. Let's say Capcom does 25 events. That's 50 grand. Capcom profits $8.7 million for doing absolutely nothing.
I wish I could do that.
Nothing. something you all are going to go to a tournament for regardless.
Yeah, but again, like you said earlier, they are not concerned with that tournament and that turnout. It's about the end game for them is this going to be enough to garner sales to get us from point A to point B, where hopefully at point B we can release something that will allow us to put out a C again. That maybe, I'm hoping this is their business model, that they're hoping that if they get to point C, they can say, you know what, now we got Street Fighter V hitting the market. Let's work on a Mega Man or a Resident Evil or even a brand
Never
new
let
fresh
them work
title.
on Resident Evil again. Ever.
Hold on. Someone, just look at the question someone said. But the problem is the cost of the production of the game. The cost of the production of the game. Let's look at that. How much is Capcom really spending by porting over cross-Tekken characters and making
nickels and dimes? Nickels and dimes.
They even ported the stages. And
I think Ultra's gonna be DLC. I don't think they're gonna make people.
They're giving you the opportunity where you can make a physical disc and literally.
Yeah.
Just like they did
It's
Super.
$60, obviously.
No, it's not 60, but you're still gonna pay that 40, and then that 30 for that fucking digital.
And I gave them the worst case scenario: 250,000. They're gonna spend less. They're gonna spend less than $500,000 porting over these cross-Tekken characters and a doppelganger Kami along with their stages, printing them on a disc. $500,000 on that, and they are going to make $8.7 million off of selling wood. God forbid it takes off and they make platinum off of it and sell 1 million copies out of the hole. From a business standpoint,
Which they might.
Yeah, from a business standpoint, that's a win-win. Do it. Why not? What you lose? And guess who's going to market and advertise their game for them so they can stop spending money on stupid commercials and web TV? Leagues, players. Those are the people who's going to be doing it because they don't have to spend. They don't have to spend money on printing a stupid commercial that costs $10,000 for every 3 seconds on TV. Why do all that?
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you seen a fighting game advertised on TV?
Probably Mortal Kombat.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when it first came out.
No,
Mortal
Kombat 9.
Oh, I saw Injustice.
MK9 and Vanilla MVC3.
And DC did one.
You can't say anything about Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Warner Brothers back them. That's
that's a different
point. Is you said a commercial though.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that. That's nothing.
Well, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I did see that.
That was the only.
I do remember that.
In a while. That was
the first one.
That was a hot minute ago.
Yeah, but you know what it is?
3 years, 4 years ago.
These companies now are looking to other avenues to advertise. They're looking for the cheapest buck, and look at what. I don't know. Did Street Fighter do anything in Times Square? Didn't they?
No, that's you're talking about Mario.
Mario, and Mortal Kombat did too.
Yeah.
You know, they basically are plastering it, and that they're spending a pretty penny for. But you're not going to see. You don't even see full page ads in any gaming magazine anymore. It's all half page ads.
No sir. No sir.
Why am I going to pay? Why am I going to pay $60,000 when I could pay $5,000 for one page?
No, not even. Why do any of that when you could just make a YouTube video and put it on SRK and event hubs?
You know what? I'll give you an example. That's actually a good example.
That's a good example.
When Tekken came out and I saw all the chicks of Tekken with that little fucking upbeat music, I was like, yo, I want to buy this. I'm not a waifu chasing motherfucker, but I'll tell you this right now. I saw all those hot chicks bouncing around and I was like, I want this game.
I don't know how to say this guy's name, but Kia47 says there's an ultra ad in Times Square.
Yes, there is an ultra ad in Times Square. I've been through one.
Who's doing it? Clear Channel?
I don't know if it's Clear Channel. Probably. It's probably got to be a Clear Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Clear Channel. You know,
that's money.
Yeah.
I want to see what Capcom's gonna do with. Like people are requesting all these next gen crossovers like Darkstalkers and CVS3. I want to see how they'll pull that off.
They'll fuck it up. Is what they're gonna do. They'll fuck it up.
No, they won't.
I really want to know because you know what I'm saying. These titles could really be the shot in the arm.
Why do you say? Let me ask you a question. Why do you say they will fuck it up? Like
I don't trust most gaming companies. I honestly don't.
Let picture this situation. Look at this scenario. It is clear as you know why Capcom could never fuck up a main title like Street Fighter. Like it can never go wrong. The reason why Cross Tekken went wrong is because it was the first time they was trying to cross the brands and it just didn't work. Everyone preferred CVS2.
But Triforce, hold on, let me interrupt you for a second because that's what I'm talking about. CVS2 and those games were perfect. I love CVS and all those.
You want to know? Hold up, not to totally fucking stop your conversation, but do you know I've never played a CVS?
Oh shit! It's actually a good game.
I at Defender North, I was watching it. I'm like, yo, I like this. I just never had. I actually was gonna download it last week, and I just said, you know, I'm not gonna get to play it. Maybe I'll download it fucking next time. But I never actually sat and played CVS's.
I played.
Yo, you know, he no good has a very good point. I think that the thing that hurt Cross Tekken the most,
gems,
when people found out that the downloadable characters were already on the disc. I think that nightmare.
That really fucked people over.
But it was a good game. It was a good game. It had a lot of good concepts. It's just
the reason why a game like
one at a time, guys.
The reason why a game like Darkstalkers or CVS3 and whatever won't fail is because I'm sorry if anyone takes offense to this Capcom community, but Capcom gamers are drones. Because a game like Marvel is complete utter trash and one of the worst designed fighting games in the history
ever.
Well, Marvel 3 is. Marvel 2 is actually good.
No, Marvel 2
Agreed.
is bad.
Marvel 2 is bad, but it became godlike.
It became godlike. Marvel 2 became godlike because the people behind it made it godlike with the hype. And Marvel 2 doesn't look as much as a bad game when you compare it to Marvel 3 because no one thought it could get any worse than Marvel 2. And then Capcom went out and proved everyone wrong.
It got worse.
But yeah, it's still top 2 game played in FGC.
And that's
You
why.
know why that is though, Abe? Is because it's explosive and it has pretty colors. I play it because I.
No, it's not about the colors. It's about how easy it is. I mean, it's the generation gap of execution and learning.
It's the beginning. It's the beginning of idiot savant gaming.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
No, but Marvel 2 isn't good because everyone realized it. Marvel 2 is good. Marvel 2 isn't good because everyone realized it was broken. Marvel 2 is good because everyone accepted it was broken. That's the same reason why Marvel 3 is good, because everyone's just accepting it's trash. They just accept it. You can't do that with no other fighting game title. No other fighting game title could come out and completely suck ass and be like, nah, we'll still play it. No other.
We'll still let it rock.
Not even King of Fighters.
Eternal Champions.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Battlefield Toshinden.
Oh, wow. Way of the Warriors.
But all right, so now let me go now for what Jazz was saying. What I believe is the biggest flaw of this scene overall, which was, again, Xbox people, Microsoft people say I'm an asshole. Well, PlayStation can too. These two piece of shit systems. They were released when they shouldn't have been released. They were released at a time that, to be honest, you didn't give enough of a transition time to work out the kinks on either system. You forcing companies like Double Helix to pump out crap.
Wow.
I mean, again, I'm not trying to. I don't mean it in that way. It's not. The game's not crap. Don't get me. The support level is crap.
It really is no secret that Xbox One and PS4 were rushed, and because they're rushed, they're just not what everybody expected. Everybody expected a good system. They're not good.
Now, granted,
James,
that the fighting games.
You guys, Titanfall.
Granted that the fighting games are suffering because now everybody's on a race. Now, I don't know what deals are made behind doors to either of them, but I can guarantee you they're reaching out to third-party developers, begging for them to come up with the next greatest thing. Where it used to be, our system is good enough to stand on its own. Neither of them are right now. There's nothing coming out for either one. Now, granted that it looks like PlayStation is slowly wooing the anime community, and I think it's going to be a good thing. But people right now are frustrated, and this is going to go not to the FGC players, but to the casual guy that these third-party developers are trying to keep. They're going, wait, I just spent $500 on a system. All right, you gave me a free game that's not free unless I buy it, which means it's no longer free, with no story mode. You're giving me a cool game such as Titanfall that, how long do you think the longevity of Titanfall is going to be as compared to other first-person shooters?
How good is that game? I haven't heard any.
It's actually it's real. It's like a good hybrid of a bunch of games, and it's a lot better than Call of Duty right now. I don't give a fuck what MLG's doing.
Well, Call of Duty's
way
a piece
better
of shit anyway. Call of Duty's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm out. Join you next week, bro.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Later, Chris.
Later, guys.
Take it easy, man.
Chris, call me.
All right, bro. Tomorrow.
I'll call you an asshole.
Jazz, to be fair, you
or a skin flute player.
So no, you're a skin flute player. So now with the systems being in this dysfunctional conundrum, the dichotomy of the systems have brought on many schisms amongst the players. One of them is the fact that you still have this, if you remember back when Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 came out. Wow, what happened? I lost everybody?
Yeah, you lost everybody but me. Apparently I'm special.
No, we're coming back. Slowly and gradually. Every time someone leaves, yeah, that's kind of weird. I guess something happened with him. Let me re-add him. Add you.
I don't know. Skype's been screwy the last couple of days.
Jazz.
Yeah, Skype is not very dependent in the past couple of months.
Yeah, it's been
So,
all over the place.
The updates have been kind of ass cheeks.
And who
yo,
else at me?
you guys ever thought one day, let's say at like the Capcom Pro Tour World Championships, they one day they just invite everyone in to just come in and prepare for the tournament, and they just collected an entire farm side of horse shit and just put it up on the ceiling, and in the grand finals, Capcom just go like this, and for all of our fans, they just release the ceiling and the shit just drops on everyone.
Straight up on some carry type shit.
You know what,
Yeah,
Triforce? If that ever happens, now you see, if that ever happens, now you're fucked. Because everyone's going to be coming after you.
Yeah, but now, let me
But
get
what's
back, wait, let me get back to what I was saying. So now, you got the Xbox 360, and you got the PlayStation 3, which, in my opinion, while the graphics are better, the processors are better, it's not the revolutionary gap that systems have jumped from 8-bit to 16-bit to it's just like me taking a better video card. It was the mistake that Nintendo made and learned from with their GameCube. You know, I mean not the GameCube, with the N64.
The 64.
The 64 to the Wii. They said, you know, we did not give them enough. And they learned, and they increased. Just increasing RAM and graphics and video, or the medium to play it at, is not enough.
No, it's not.
And this community is not as naive as it was. You know, no, the gaming community in general, overall. You know, where, you know, as a kid, my father bought the Nintendo for $250. He had no fucking idea what the fuck Rob the Robot was. He didn't know. I didn't need no robotic operated buddy or any of that shit. It was just straight up, hey, $250, my kids wanted, I got it. When Super Nintendo came out, the graphics jump between them was so noticeable that it made people say, well, wait, I'm going to take notice of this. The jump from Xbox 360 to Xbox One is not enough. The PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 is not enough. If the consoles themselves are out there begging third-party developers to give them primo product in quick amounts of time, listen, if you want me to squeeze a gallon of water out of a gallon jug, and you want me to say, how fast does it take, and I say 3 seconds, the only way I'm going to do it in less than that is to cut the fucking gallon open and just let it pour out. And that's what's going to happen, and you're going to get those amazing games that you got on such systems with Nintendo, with 18-wheeler truck driver, you know, that was in, or Lamp Hall's Fishing. These were games they released that were like $6.99 new. They were very limited. They were like half games because Nintendo panicked. They didn't know how it was going to go. Developers like Capcom abandoned them.
Is it fair to say that they're making the same mistake that Atari made with Wtih in terms of they took a hype product like the 360 and the PS3 and rushed it out there?
It is fair to say that, because, you know, what they did is they saw the title, the success of the movie, you know, and they said, well, if the movie sells, and again, this is what Triforce was talking about earlier. Listen, in all of my years working in game development, I will say this, few and far in between. Nobody that I've ever dealt with, this guy Bob Pisunko at Acclaim, would come to me and we'd sit and we'd brainstorm just marketing ideas. These guys sold you the biggest pieces of shit. I mean, you could literally, I could have opened up a cartridge, I could open up a box for Friday the 13th, dropped a deuce in it, wrapped it up with a fucking controller, and they would have sold it to you. You would have bought it, and you would have dug through that shit to find the actual game, and been like, it was okay. No, this wasn't cool. This wasn't cool. But that's how talented their marketing. A lot of these companies are built around their marketing and sales groups. So when you look at games like, you know, when you look at systems like Xbox One, that marketing is not there.
No, it isn't.
You know,
and their architecture is based off Windows 8. It's so horrible.
Oh my god!
Like, why would you base it off like a shitty OS?
Sony,
like,
wait. Sony is in no better shape. Sony
of course not.
Sony is in the same. Sony gave me the option with my PlayStation 3. I could stream my movies back and forth from my PC to my laptop and here.
Yeah, whoop-de fucking do.
Yeah, whoop-de fucking do. But it was good enough when I was sitting in my bed jerking off the porn. I was like, I don't have to turn my PlayStation on. Now they took that out. So it's like you reverted.
That's a crime.
You reverted backward. You don't take away what you gave me in an upgrade. Don't turn around and say, all right, PlayStation 3, Blu-ray, and then come to PlayStation 4 and go, man, that's just a DVD player.
Damn.
You can't go back. You cannot. The whole point of the new system is to progress, not regress.
Hit you with the okie doke.
Right. You know, you look at the app. You look at the Twitch app. You look at the Twitch app right now, and it's somewhat stable. It's up and down. It's a work in progress. I don't, and this is the problem with the gaming community, and it's not just the consoles, but PC as well. I'm not your motherfucking beta tester.
For real.
Don't send me a game where out the box I gotta fucking patch it again. Before I even fucking play the game, I'm getting a patch that could be like fucking a 900 gig patch, for crying out loud. I'm like, really? Let me ask you this. Did you just put the intro to the game in when I bought it? And now I gotta download it? You know, it's gotten that bad. Now, you know, again, a game like KI, it's sad because a game like KI, the concepts were there, the design was there, the time was not there. Because I remember the day when Phil995, who's been a big, adamant person looking for a KI since day one, you know, messaged me, and we were all arguing of what's going to happen with the IP because it was set to expire, and then he said, they got it. And I'm like, all right, they got it, but they still got to do something with it. And then that was, what, 6 months before the system released? So you didn't even have the IP at that time. So you're telling me you bum rushed the game in 6 months. Now, working in the development side on 8-bit games, it took us 1.5 years to do a game. Now, if you look at what's involved in these games now, even with all the cutting of the corners of, you know, being able to design graphics where you can actually have the computer compensate for it and redraw it on its own so you don't have to do frame by frame. You know, the rendering is a lot better. The coding is a little bit more simple. But you're not going to tell me that you could expect somebody to make a full game in 6 months unless it's just going to be fucking stick figure Larry jumping up and down over fucking holes across the screen for an hour. That's the only way.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Yo, Mr. Game & Watch is a G though, man. You know, you can't fuck with that guy.
But the point is, that you now see these systems, and again, you hear the dick riders. Oh, Xbox One is great. For what? What makes Xbox One great?
The problem with Xbox One, and like really both systems shot themselves in the foot for the simple fact that like mentioned earlier, they were released too early. Like the PS3 and 360 still have like plenty of shelf life to them.
A lot.
Like, they're not
and that's the problem.
Yet.
You know what though? It's more than that. It's the fact
they still look. Because look at the fact Titanfall came out for 360 still. So it's like, okay, do I pay $500 plus to get it for Xbox One, or just get it for my 360 already?
And that brought me to the point with KI. You're telling me, and I said this to other guys, and they disagreed with me. I said, KI could have come out for 360. Don't bullshit me. You could have removed the goddamn particle.
It could have easily come out for 360.
I don't need particle effects. Stick that up your ass. So he's got a fucking. So the guy gets a tan every time he throws a fireball. Big deal.
Listen.
All it is graphical enhancement. That's all it is. But
listen, they shot
themselves in the foot though.
If you care that much. if you care that much about graphics, you're not a fucking gamer. If graphics is what makes a good game to you, let me tell you something. I still enjoy Sonic 3 and Knuckles over most of the games that have come out since 1999.
Well, no,
right?
I won't say this. I'll say this. Look, when it comes to, like, all right, for me personally, because, you know, I get the questions on Ask FM all the time.
You actually get questions on that shit?
Oh, I get, like, you wouldn't believe, dude. You wouldn't believe it. I get about 60 to 90 questions a day. But now, you know, a lot of them are just statements. We'll go into that little section of the new part of the show in a little bit where I go through
I can't wait.
But, you know, it's like somebody asked me that, you know, now I lost my train of thought.
For your own personal
had a train of thought. You freestyle on the show.
You know, I mean, I had a train of thought going on there, and I just fucking blanked out.
Brain fart.
On Ask FM,
like I said, the ball got dropped pretty much with KI. KI could have been like a lot more successful if they dropped it on 360 for the simple fact that most people still have 360s and don't have Xbox Ones yet. I told myself I'm not purchasing either of these next gens because they have absolutely nothing that
I would purchase the shit for. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you see, like Master Snake,
because all they have now is just the current games out, but with prettier visuals. Like, don't get me wrong, the visuals are like slightly. They're not even drastically better.
All right, I got my train of thought back. What I was saying when you were saying about the better graphics. I am not a buff on amazing graphics, but there's certain aspects. Like, for example, Metal Gear. Yes, I want my fucking story. I don't play the game. I don't like playing super sneak mode because to me that's fucking boring as hell after a while. But the interface and the stories in between, that graphics has to be nice. But the actual gameplay, yo, you could give me motherfucking Toe Jam and Earl with FMV and CGI in the middle, and I'll be happy.
Well, all right. Well, in a way, graphics matter from game to game. But, like, first of all, Larnell, whenever you start talking, I'm not trying to interrupt you. It's the fact that you stop talking, then you just magically start. Master Snake points it out. Like, he loves his PS2 over most things. Like, let me compare San Andreas to Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 4 looks beautiful, but San Andreas was still a better game because it had more to it. You know, like, everybody cares about fucking graphics and blood and shit. No one cares about stories anymore. No one cares about good tactical gameplay. Little kids only fucking care about whether you can see a person's pupils or not. You think I fucking give a shit?
No, I think they care about. I think they do care about. They do care about stories. If the creators of the game can truly immerse somebody. Look at, you know, again, I hate to go back to Mortal Kombat, but you know, everybody, you know, in the Capcom community, oh, Mortal Kombat sucks. But you know what? We don't have Ultra Street Fighter 4, 2/3, 22, 48, 65 editions. The jumps that have happened from Mortal Kombat. The jumps that went from 1, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, everything gave you something different. Now, granted, some of them were those wah-wah moments, but, you know, they always, Ed Boon is always specific, and one of his biggest peeves is there's got to be something so different. You had Mortal Kombat 1, which was just flat out. You had Mortal Kombat 2. The graphics.
No Mortal Kombat is the same.
The Mortal Kombat 2 had retouched up graphics. Mortal Kombat 3 had a run button. Mortal Kombat 4 is on a 3D plane, and you can throw rocks and shit at each other. And you had fucking hyper extensions besides throws.
That is true. You can throw fucking rocks at people.
Mortal Kombat 5. You know, I forgot what his major fucking thing was, but it was the original on a true 3D plane. Mortal Kombat 6, you could fucking carry. Mortal Kombat 7, you could fucking, I don't know, create your own fatality and characters. Mortal Kombat 8, you could stick fucking your finger up your ass. Whatever it is. You know, and up to 9, which went on a reboot of the story. Back to the 2D plane, because let's be real, 2D was the way it was always supposed to be. Certain games fall under. Yeah. Tekken would not be Tekken on a 2D plane.
No.
No way.
Oh no.
Impossible.
Hell no.
As you see in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. You know, it's just these characters are designed a certain way, and that's the way they should be. But unfortunately, companies see newer technologies and they say, "Oh shit, maybe we should do that." You know, I'll tell you right now, every time I talked to Ed Boon back in the heyday after MK4, I said, "Get out of there." I gave him that Rocky moment. Get out of there. Get out of the 3D plane.
Yo, MK4 was bad.
I loved MK4.
Oh,
I
MK4
did not like MK4.
was terrible.
I loved it.
1 and 2 and
I
3
loved it.
were beautiful.
I loved it. The only thing I didn't love about it is maximum damage.
4 through 8 was just pure trash.
You know, but I was adamant
Anything
against
after trilogy was ass to me.
out of all of the Mortal Kombats. I think once they went to the 3D plane is when it started to suffer. Street Fighter went through the same thing. I mean, I see people talk about EXs, but I'm like, really? Skullmania. I mean, he was kind of cool to look at. He was the bad kid from Karate Kid that was fucking whooping his ass. But it's like, it just wasn't cutting it. You know,
James, I want to ask you.
Weird. Ryu didn't even have his hurricane kick in that game. Like, I did not understand that. Like, he had a different kick. I was like, what the hell is Capcom doing? I was like, please stop making EX. I was like, please. I was so glad when that series
He actually had the hurricane kick.
That was the worst display of Street Fighter.
Yeah, it was a super.
It was a super.
It was the one.
Yeah, it was stupid though. It made no, like, why did he have that? I'm like, okay. I guess they're trying to be different. But like I said, different isn't always good.
Yeah,
like,
when you try too hard, you can fail.
Mortal Kombat went full. Yeah, when Mortal Kombat went 3D, like Deception and Deadly Alliance and all that, first
Armageddon.
off, it was too stiff.
Armageddon was a good try, though.
Stiff.
I mean, story-wise, Armageddon tried to story-wise, but then again, once again, they tried to reinvent it with Onagas and Molochs and Brahmins.
Oh my God.
But I see people like I in the MK community when I hear people, oh, I loved mocap. I'm like, you loved an Easter egg that got turned into a character. It's like, to me, I was like,
right.
And again, you go to these games, look at Street Fighter. I would rather these motherfuckers cut it down to no more than 15 fighters and focus on the goddamn gameplay. I don't need 65 characters in a game to choose from. While it's nice, most of them are somewhat rehashes of the other. There's no fighting game to date that has a roster more than 24 guys that doesn't have at least one character that repeats fighting styles between another one. There's not one.
True.
That's true.
It's funny because I remember back in my day when MK started to do the infamous palette swaps and people bitched about it, and I'm going, oh yeah, Street Fighter doesn't have no palette. Oh yeah, where are you now? It's like how many guys have a Dragon Punch in Street Fighter?
8
or some variation, some
number that's too many.
The only motherfucker that never got cloned, and he did get cloned in other versions of Street Fighter, was Dalsim. And then they gave fucking, what's his name, Oro, or the other dude, the electric
They gave
dude.
Seth most of his move shit, too.
No, that was Necro.
Yeah, but Necro.
Oh, Necro, yeah, they remade him with Necro.
And it's like, the community, if it really wants to think it carries its weight in gold, needs to actually try and convey to these guys, we're not going to buy your crap. If you think if you think esports is going to work, you need to put together tournament viable games.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me ask you a question, James. Do you think that these companies care about the fighting game community? Do you think that they make these fighting games knowing the fighting game community is there? No, right?
No, not at all.
But, see, this is a thing that's brought up in the speedrun community constantly, is that people, they give the game companies good chances to make much money out of the games, because at some point they stop selling them. But they shouldn't do that, because years later people still speedrun them. They can still make that extra $100,000 off the, the extra 500 people that buy them or shit. If Capcom recognized the fighting game community as a community that buys their game and multiple copies just for one fucking tournament, they would probably have a better time than we would. But the problem is, no one wants to speak up on that shit.
Well, they're not going to speak up on it because, again, I have nothing but respect for Combo Fiend. But
absolutely.
But the fact is that,
well, he doesn't have his free reign.
Yeah,
it's still not enough.
He doesn't have
free reign.
He's
Capcom
not.
Still runs him.
He's not. Yeah, I mean, they put together what it is, and they're like, "All right, put this out and put this message out there." And he does his part to try and balance the game out as much as he can. But he is not the end all, say all. And when you look at games like Street Fighter, well, Ultimate Street Fighter, as a consumer that doesn't know nothing about Street Fighter, I'm cool with it. But as a person that bought Street Fighter back in 2000, what year did Street Fighter 4 come out now?
2009.
In 2009 to now, in 2009 to now, if I bought every version, I'm like, listen, Capcom, I don't want to burst your bubble. How many variations were there?
1, 2,
5,
3, 4. We're going into the fifth one.
So this is the fifth one. My letter would go, Dear Capcom.
That's the fifth one. Yeah.
Dear Capcom, my name is JamessMK, and
you guys are assholes.
And I've been a adamant fan of Street Fighter since day one. But I have one complaint about the game. See, since 2006 when I bought it, somehow 2014 I have 5 assholes. That's because you couldn't, you actually couldn't put the cock in the one hole, so you made 5 new ones. So now when I shit, I look like a fucking Play-Doh machine with just shit coming all over the place, which is basically what I feel you're doing to me with your products. And it's very simple. You got to cater to your customer. As much as you don't want to acknowledge the fact that the FGC is, this esports community, they're still your customers. Now, to not cater to a Justin Wong to a degree, or a Ricky Ortiz, or, a Combo Fiend, not a Combo Fiend, a K-Brad, if they're not happy with the game, they're not going to spread the word. They are your free advertisement. Look at games look at MK as an example. During MK9 with the PDP, Justin and crew came in, they tried to collect their PDP money in the tournament, and then they went MIA. That hurt the sales, because people that he could have gone back to, say, the Capcom community and said, yo, this game's pretty fucking good. That would have turned people onto it, without a doubt. Because
James,
yeah.
And they should have paid him.
No.
Yeah,
no.
They don't get to sit there and make that G off of him, and he don't get nothing. Pay off.
Nah, that don't work that way. Then don't play the game. But then don't play the game, and that's
exactly what he did.
But then again, then don't play the game. I don't want to play. Look, if you like my game based off of the game, you'll do it for the sake that you like the game. If you don't like the game, fine. I can't, again, their mentalities, we can't cater to everybody. I mean, if I turn around and I go to NYU next time Daigo's there and I body him in Ultra Street Fighter 4, and I turn around and go, yeah, I just bodied this chump, Diego Un Suarez, and he ain't nothing. But this game is trash in its ass. That would resonate in positive and negative ways in that scene. First of all, every fucking Capcom fanboy would be calling me a scumbag for calling him Diego Un Suarez. And then B, the fact that I'm putting the game down and saying it's an ass game would resonate with the people that would say, James has usually been pretty fair with games, so if he's saying it is, I'm not even going to bother wasting my time. I shouldn't be paid for that. Nor should I be paid if I say, wow, this is a good game. The business, Coca-Cola doesn't pay you to say Coke's good unless you're a spokesman for the product. But just to take a guy randomly out of a tournament, and I understand, and I understand where you're coming from with the Justin, when Justin was under your wing, that's what you were trying to do, is get Justin to be the spokesman for said products. If they're not willing to pay, then it's up to you. But you'll never find companies paying like that in this scene for the simple fact that they look at the players as cheap advertisement, free.
Yeah,
I believe it.
And guess what? It's the sad part about it. The players let it happen. That's the sad. That's the disgusting part.
Oh yeah, they're gonna let it happen.
I have a big question. Let me ask. Well, first of all, I have two questions. First of all, Triforce, how many players do you think, on average, come to a fighting game tournament? Not to play, just on average.
Spectator-wise?
Spectator, player,
overall,
everything.
Overall, the average.
Yeah.
About 700.
Other than Evo.
I would say between 4 and 5 to be. If you're doing a wide retrospective, not just taking the big, like E has one event that might get 7, then I would say some get like 4 or 5.
I'm talking about just the average.
So far this year, the numbers have been high.
Yeah.
These numbers have been ridiculous. These numbers, like each of these events, Winter Brawl had about a G, from what I know. Apex had 1,600.
Yeah.
But then you got. I'm going there next year. I ain't missing Apex again.
SoCal had over a G. So so far I would say, well, for so far up till now, since the beginning of the year, they averaging 1,000 now. That's ridiculous compared to 10 years ago, when if you had 200 people at your major, that was ridiculous.
So you average 1,000 people at a tournament. That's a lot of people buying copies of a video game.
Yeah, so
no, it's not.
Yeah,
it's still a small percentage.
It's a small percentage, but it's a good percentage that Capcom should look at.
It's still not. James, tell them how small and minuscule that is compared to their.
I know how small and minuscule that is.
Well, I mean, 1 million copies of a game is big. You know, when you're talking, who's this? Oh, I had the cat run away. Oh, I hate when cats run away.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, that does suck. Now, let's say this. All right. If 100,000 people show up to an event at $50 a pop on a game, that's $5 million. That's not shit. Now you look at a game like Call of Duty that sold $1 billion in 24 hours. So if you're looking at the FGC overall of 1,000 people showing to an event at $50 a copy, it's only 50 grand, dude. I mean, half MLG paid out more in prize money than that.
No, I know that. I know it's only 50 grand, but it's 1,000 people that show Capcom on a regular basis they want to play this game, not just play it for like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, but then now you're talking. Now wait, now you're talking about the people coming to the scene. But again, let's go back to Boise, Idaho, or Topeka, Kansas. They're not.
Hit it with the MPD stats. Did you know Street Fighter has Street Fighter even sold Street Fighter 4? Combine all of them. 4, Vanilla, Super, Arcade. Has it hit the 10 million mark yet?
I don't
Probably
think so.
Not.
Now, you want to hear a joke? Mortal Kombat 9 hit the 10 million mark last year.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. But you want to know what the #1 selling fighting game series of all time is?
It's not a fighting game.
Well, it is. It is, but it's not. But
a party game.
Yes. Super
Smash Brothers.
Brothers.
Not a fighting game.
And for all people that talk shit about Nintendo, when Triforce and I talk about it on this show, hold that to your chest.
Well,
You Street Fighter loving motherfuckers.
I think
I don't have to say
people.
But see now, Mike, that's the attitude. That's
that's
the same. And this is like, you know, when I was getting my lovely hate mail the other week from people because I was saying that the Capcom thing, if it's not done right, is going to turn out to be a pretty bad thing. They were, oh, you're going to turn everything positive into a negative. I'm positive this. They're building a scene right now off of somebody else's infrastructure, and they're hoping it can grow into something. I was telling everybody from day one, okay, I said, look, if you play fucking Guilty Gear, and that's all you play at the tournament, fuck it. Throw the $10 in and go play Street Fighter. Even if you go 0-2, to show support for a scene. And then I get people coming like, but I don't like that game, and I don't like that. I'm telling you this. If you could play Blaze Blue, if you could play Persona, if you could play Mortal Kombat, Tekken, or fucking Soul Calibur or KOF, you know how to do a motherfucking fireball, you know how to do an uppercut. What's the fucking problem with playing it? Now, I don't say Marvel because Marvel's just a different can of worms. I get fucking epileptic seizures just watching the game. But at least I'm trying to fuck with it. You know, and I would, you know, and guys are like, you know, somebody mentioned something about Winter Brawl, and they're like, oh, you didn't enter at Winter Brawl. No, motherfuckers, I put money in for your fucking pot, and I sponsored it.
But James, hold on. Now, so Triforce said it was 1,000, and I pointed out that 1,000's a good number. But how many people on average watch the stream?
50.
So, 50K?
No more than 50.
That was the max. 52 would top that.
50K is in there.
And how many watch Evo?
100,000.
144,000.
That's 100,000 people that don't come to fighting game tournaments and don't rep their games. You see,
no. There's something you need to know.
Not necessarily.
Wait. Hold on. There's something you need.
The reason why.
The reason. First of all, the highest numbers for a watched fighting game tournament was at 70,000. That was Evo 2012. It actually made 70,000 viewers was the highest watched ever. The numbers broke this year because the numbers went over 100,000. First of all, I don't even think you guys know the game that put it over 100K. The first game to put it over 100K.
Wait, which tournament was it that broke it? I forgot. Was it final round?
No. Marvel had the final numbers, and I don't think Marvel had the final numbers because more people wanted to watch Marvel. I think Marvel had the final numbers because it was the grand finals game of Evo, so everyone's gonna tune in for the final main event. But the year before, the Marvel set Evo at 70,000. 70,000 was the highest mark. In 2013, the game that broke the 100,000 barrier was Injustice. Just want to put that out there.
You're wrong about Marvel being the grand final game. It was AE as a grand final game.
Yeah, it was AE that was the grand final game.
And that shit was just like whatever. Right after KOF, Smash, and Marvel. Injustice was super whatever, but fucking after Marvel, AE was whatever. Nobody gave a shit after Marvel was done. Like, it was just like whatever at them.
You know, it's funny because...
I'll start corrected. I could have swore Marvel was the last game.
It wasn't, bro. Because Xian won, and that was it. Evo was over.
Yeah, so. Xian beat Infiltration in the grand finals, and that was it.
Yeah, that was whack then, because I didn't watch it.
Evo's been whacked for the last two... Well, no, Evo wasn't whacked last year, because...
Last year wasn't whacked, because fuck, dude. That shit was too hype.
I mean,
because of King of Fighters.
That shit was pretty hype.
Yeah.
Because of King of Fighters.
KOF.
Justin Wong. Justin Wong.
Man, Justin dropping that combo against Flocker.
That overhead Akuma on Virgil. Oh my god.
You know,
that's sad.
But again, we talk about these numbers as if there's a real significance to them, and this ain't to compare them to the league or
you can't compare it to that though.
But even the point is this: those numbers are irrelevant. There's no relevance to those numbers. You could tell me 2,000 people, 200 people, or 20,000 people, or I'll even give you 200,000. It's not enough to garner support. It's such a minor number. Compare it to any sport, if you know, or even a TV show. Let's just say a TV show. Fucking, if Walking Dead came out with 200,000 people watching it, it'd be canceled next episode.
No, but this is my point. So let's take the sum. Let's take the 1,000 people that regularly show up, and then let's take, I don't know, we'll say that 70,000 is a regular number, just a regular number. So that's, 71,000 people. That is not enough to prove to Capcom anything. And you're right. I'm tired of people comparing League of Legends numbers and StarCraft numbers and everything to fighting games because they're different genres of games. They're different. But
With
honestly, different support. Honestly, let's say 100,000 between people who come to tournaments and people who regularly watch streams throughout this year, throughout 2014. 100,000 is nowhere near enough to prove to Capcom to do anything. We're lucky enough we got the Capcom Pro Tour, and that's nothing compared to what we could get in the future if we could get more numbers. But this is why I say fighting games are dying, unfortunately, because not a lot of people like fighting games. It's all fucking, computer RTSs and shit now.
Yeah, but see, there's a lot more involved in it. Look, when we break it down, why this can't work, why this can't work as well, is our community. Our community is such a dysfunctional, fucking slobber knocker of garbage.
Speaking of which,
hold on.
All right.
Chen and David and Chen, James Chen and Ultra David, perfect example.
Such fucking weird names, man.
I feel their anger from across the country that they say they don't have, the jealousy, the animosity, because they weren't included in ESGN. So what was their answer? Bash the shit out of it.
Wait, what?
I didn't hear about this shit.
You don't have to hear. You could just read the tweets when they go out there white knighting saying, how could they put these girls on there and humiliate them like this?
Oh, yeah, good point.
In any way. Now, if they were included in that, do you think they would have said one comment?
Hell no.
Would they said one thing?
What's so funny? It doesn't matter because the same company that just put $34 million in a Zuma TV.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fucking matter what they think.
No.
I've never seen Ultra David get angry. I want to see him get on stream and talk shit about ESG. He'll never do it.
I see his tweets. But the point is,
like face to face.
Yeah, well, he ain't gonna say. I know he ain't. Yeah. I know ain't none of these motherfuckers. The only West Coast guy I would ever have to worry about maybe throwing down with, and I have no beef with him, is Watson. All the rest of them can suck my balls.
Yo, Watson wants to fucking fight everybody. Sometimes.
But I got respect for Watson as an OG to OG. We respect each other. And Alex, I don't hate Alex, contrary to what people think. But my whole thing is this: when you got an infrastructure that's considered the norm, and somebody new on the block comes along, it's no different. Everybody thinks I'm the fucking mob. Well, if I was the mob and somebody come onto my block to fucking sell shit on my block, and you ain't cutting me in on a piece, we're gonna have problems. Well, that's what's going on now with these new little things that are popping up. You're coming in, oh wait, no, we're Evo, we're the SRK, we're the establishment. And you're going to come in here and do something like this ESGN TV, and you're not asking us, you're asking Gutex and Mike Ross?
But realistically, compare Mike Ross and Gutex, what they have done compared to Ultra Chen, Ultra David, James Chen and Ultra David. What have Ultra David done? What did they do to prove they're better than Mike Ross and Gutex to be on that show?
It's not a matter of it. It's a matter of Gutex and Mike Ross are not within the inner circle of the super duper friends.
Okay? Yeah, good point.
And because they're not in that circle, they feel, and this is something that I've bitched about from day one. You need to take David and Chen and split them up. You
I
need to
agree.
take Plain Jane and put them with Plain Jane and an F Champ and a Plain Jane and a fucking Yipes. Now you got two teams that can commentate and keep people entertained and keep people in the seats and laughing at the same time. I have nothing against them, again, on a personal level. They're monotone in their commentary. Their version of jokes is, why did the chicken cross the road, type of shit.
Yeah, they're
like
not
that.
funny, dog. They're not funny.
It's not funny. But now I will say this. When they do talk about the science of games, they do have that knowledge.
There's no balance. There needs to be there needs to be a tech guy and there needs to be a color guy.
Yeah, I don't want to hear
Reinhardt
this.
spoke about last week.
I don't want to hear this. And he hit him with an uppercut. Yes, that was an uppercut because it was a +4. Well, if he did a hurricane kick, which was a -3 into a super, yeah, he could have done an Ultra David combo. If you watched my video, you would see that I actually incorporated the sumo splash after that. Well, maybe he should have jumped up with a fierce.
Oh,
and
man.
it's like there's no dressing up in a sombrero is not funny.
That's retarded.
That's not what funny is. Now, again, I will say this. I've done a lot of shit on my show where I might have been sitting in myself going, waka waka, that's funny. And people were like, oh, that was stupid. Listen, you got some goods and you got some fails. The day I came dressed as a tranny, everybody was like, yo, what the fuck? The day I came here dressed as Jamaican Satan, people were like, yo, what the fuck? The day I pull out cantaloupes, people are like, yo, what the fuck? I want you to never know what you're going to expect from me. But I'm not going to turn around and become robotic. I can't do it. And if this commentary wants to grow, what they need to do is one of two things. Either mix that commentary up, like I said, or put more people like the NFL on Fox 5 with 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
As
that would be nice.
I mean, Ultra David and James Chen, they are basically, what's his fucking name? John Madden. They give you no new information and make sure that they promote themselves, but they don't do it in a funny voice.
See, now Mav Fan said JamessMK and Ultra David for evil commentary. You know what? I can't. Believe it or not, I can't commentate. Unless I actually start to study more of gameplay. I'm more of, like you see, as you see on the show, I'm more of just spew whatever the fuck comes in my mouth. Oh, God, that sounded bad.
I just thought that right before you said it.
Oh my god!
But my point is,
oh shit!
I've actually sat and tried to commentate.
CD Junior comes in.
I've sat and I've tried to commentate, and even for like MK, and I'm bland. I'm bland. So I wouldn't even. And again. There is a skill to it, and I'm not saying these two guys don't possess a skill to commentate. I'm just saying it's not a version that is attractive. It's like what I said about, personas in this community. Justin Wong is the nice guy. He does get a little pop-offish at times, but he's not, like I look at Ricky, and I think Rick fucking Flair. Ric Flair in his prime, coming down with the
Ric
fucking
Flair, really?
Yeah, but like with some Depeche Mode playing in his background and shit, and him coming down like a fucking demon
I think
diva.
He's Bret Hart, man. Honestly,
nah.
Come on.
No.
He walks down with the sunglasses and shit.
No. He would be coming down with like the Ric Flair, with a Ric Flair type of personality, with like some Depeche Mode from the '80s playing because of the hairdo. Justin Wong. Justin Wong would come down with, I don't even know, Justin Wong. I hate to sound like racist, but Justin Wong would come out with some like. Some of that Asian music, but then it would break out. But then it would break out. But then it would break out into some like
that kung fu music.
But then it would break out into some kind of fucking rock and heavy you know, fucking K-Rock type fucking K-pop
I think
music.
Justin Wong would be Triple H. Just come out with the King of Kings thing.
But see, these guys don't fit that mentality.
No,
Let me
they
tell
don't.
again,
Well,
and again,
not-
I'm not trying to put guys on blast. There's certain guys in this scene that look like they can fight, and there's certain guys in this scene that look like they don't even know what to fight. You don't want to know who would get that fucking Triple H music? Motherfucking Jaha.
Yeah, Jaha.
Jaha would come down with a fucking chair in his hand and a stick in his other with that music blasting, and whoever he lined up for.
Dreamer?
Yeah, and he would stare motherfuckers down, and they would like, you win by default. I don't even want to plug my controller in.
Yo, Noel Brown would come down with the Steve Austin music.
Oh wow.
I had to do it. I had to say it.
Damn.
Come on, that shit happened like what, a year ago now?
Still too early.
Still too soon.
I'm sorry. I didn't wait the extra 30 days.
You know, Sanford Booker T. That's what a
Oh,
Kai 47.
damn.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
You know,
Yo, Yipes would be The Rock. He's the
Hey, yo,
people's champ.
Yipes would be Big Show. What you mean?
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be big. He's not that tall.
He don't have to be tall. He's just big.
nah, he'd have to get something. He would have to get something from Biggie.
Yo, Big E could be Big Show. That motherfucker's huge.
Right.
You know, but I mean, it's like, you know, that's, you know, and again, like when we were talking with Ryan Hart last week, you know, he was like, well, I said, this is where it's got to blend. There's got to be stories. Stories have to develop.
Rivalries.
Ricky Menudo for fucking PR Rog.
Ricky Menudo.
Oh wow.
Ricky Martin.
Yeah, my thing was too soon.
Oh man.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, there's so many things.
like-
Korn could have some of the. Korn would have to have like Onyx.
Korn would be DX.
Onyx.
Korn would be DX.
Onyx or DX, exactly. DMX.
They would be the cool kids. They'd be the cool kids.
My thing on commentating
EMP would be
personally.
Evolution.
Because like it's been said, like it has to be a healthy mix. You have to have knowledge, but you have to have personality. If you have both, you can possibly be a great commentator. Like me personally, like I'm starting to enjoy commentating because like it's fun when you're not playing, and then when you could just make. Because I did a little commentating that final round in the Tekken Casino with Markman, and that actually was like pretty
that
fun.
was you?
And it's like, you know, with him, the type of guy he is, you know, I know I could be like silly but still like talk about the game, but be silly and be comfortable because I know
You did a good job.
he's with Filthy Rich and when they commentate. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Like, and then, you know, I commentate on the corn stream too when we stream from the cornfield, and it's like it's one thing, but when you put your personality into it, this is one reason why Yipes is such a good commentator. Yipes puts his personality into it. Like, he knows the game and everything, but he puts Yipes into it.
Pariah Heart. You know what? You're right. Rog would get the Rocky theme.
Master Snake says Fandango would be
Oh,
classy.
So would Triforce be Paul Heyman?
Triforce has got Triforce already got his music.
Triforce, I have a request from you, please. I have a
I'm
request.
Vince McMahon.
No, nigga, you don't get to pick who you is.
Next time you're gonna have a team versus team battle. The next time, whoever it is, you gotta come out with the Nation of Domination music. I'm not trying to be racist, but I want to see it. I just want to be Sanford acting like Farouk, ready to whoop someone's ass who's interrupting him, and fucking Kevin's coming out like Mark Henry.
That's a problem. That's a big problem. A big problem with the FGC. The FGC, when you guys when I'm listening to some of the characteristics and the comparisons you guys are making, you're actually making things based on classism, not based on the people's not based on the people's personality. Because The Rock is Yipes. Why? Because he has that flair and that charismatic stuff. But the reason why you got Big Show or anything like this, because you're looking at Yipes' weight and you're comparing fat to big and stuff like this guy being Stone Cold and all this other stuff, and Sapper being a Nation of Domination. Why? Because EMP is a bunch of black people.
Are you guys black?
Well, it doesn't matter. The point is if you look at...
Wait, you guys are black, though.
Yeah, but but he's right. You're comparing it to the person that's actually there, not the persona of the person who is
exactly.
emitting it.
That's why I said I'm Vince McMahon, because not only do I look at it from a business standpoint, but I also am involved. That's why I'm no Triple H.
I still got to give you. I'm sorry. You will always get the Emperor fucking music, man, from fucking Star Wars. It just fits you.
I mean, I wasn't trying to be racist. Like, I wasn't calling you guys a nation.
No, I didn't say you were racist. I said you guys are classing. You're classing things because it's what people do all the time. This is why like that's why James said what he said about Justin, because of Justin's very quiet demeanor, not because Justin is Asian. That's why he put him in that thing. The reason why I said Ricky is Ric Flair, well, first of all, his name is Rick. Number two, it's his flamboyance. That's what Ric Flair had. He's comparing these people via the personalities, not because, let's put all the popular fighting game players with the popular wrestlers and all the not so popular guys with the not so popular. Nation of Domination fucking sucks.
Yeah.
They did.
So that's why I said, don't compare me to no Nation of Domination. They suck. It's a term.
All right. So someone in the chat suggested NWO. What about the New World Order?
No, we're not the New World Order. That's the Cannons and Evo.
Yeah, good point.
Actually, no. Hold on a second. I'm going to put Mr. Wizard's song on. He's got to have a song.
Oh shit!
The McRib commercial song.
Oh my god!
By the way, Abe, I gotta ask you.
Hold on. You always got to talk over me, man.
I'm not trying to.
So who would PR Rug be?
Shut up!
I can't hear that Big Mac calling me. Ooh, I'm loving it and it feels alright. McDonald's. Ooh, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah. Ooh, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah. McDonald's. What I want. McDonald's. Number one. Number two. 2 and 3. 3 and 4. 5 and 6. 7, 8. 9, 10. 11, 12. 12 and you got it. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. I gotta get it. Big Mac. T-bone. Half fry. A large fry. A large shake. I want it. I want it. I want it. Sweet tea. Gotta be sweet. Sweet tea. Ooh, I'm loving it and it feels alright. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah.
This is so fucked up.
And that's how he would come down. And actually, as it ends, he would be in the front of the stage to say, "Welcome to Evo."
That is so fucked up.
Hey,
that's more fucked up than me bringing up Noel Brown.
What?
Well, that wasn't. That's just he loves McRibs. I mean, that's all. I mean, there's no. That's not something I made up. Anyway, you can go back on now as your in your other folks.
Pete, you said PR Borog. I think PR Borog would be. No, I think he would be.
No, I'm saying that's what they said.
Why would you say he's rocky?
Fandango, really? Oh my god! You serious?
Oh, my bad. No, I'm not looking at the chat. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, why would they say he's rocky? Because of what? What justifies?
Why they would say he's rocky?
PR Rock using Balrog.
Oh yeah, good point.
He's got the Balrog. He's got the Balrog.
All right.
Boxer.
No,
but Apollo Creed is.
We're comparing wrestlers, though.
I don't think he'd call him Apollo.
Yeah, but his personality is always that, like, well, you know what? You're right. I got to give him something different than that. What would I give him?
I say Kurt Angle.
He could get the Kurt Angle too, yeah.
Is he really like patriotic though about the USA?
No, he's not.
No, but he's patriotic about Puerto Rico. So we could do the song with a little fucking Latino kick in there.
Yeah, good point. Anybody who says that he should be Fandango, shut the fuck up. I know somebody's gonna say it.
Why would they say he's gonna be Fandango? That doesn't even make any sense.
Because James just said that they put Latino music in this fucking thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't change Kurt Angle's to Fandango.
What do you mean? See, Triforce, I'm agreeing with you.
I'm not talking about you. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, if you put a little spicy fucking salsa in there mixed with it, then it'll sound a little bit non-patriotic to America and a little more Puerto Rican sound to it. Or give him a Puerto Rican track he likes. You know, it doesn't have to be name brand songs. And this is something that when we first did this show that we were trying to do, which was give everybody their own entrance music pre CEO.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that.
And you know,
I do remember that.
We had players like Rio, CD Junior. Everybody had their own stuff, but I mean, it's just shit didn't take off. You know, another failed thing, but you know, you move on. But I mean, like you got guys that like who we'd say like who else is a player that we're forgetting about here? Rico Suave would obviously have to get some kind of Rico Suave type tune. Might as well just go with the Rico Suave. Because A, his name, B, his persona.
It's true.
You know, his persona would fit that.
Who would Filipino chant be?
Filipino chant would have to get something.
Oh, man, that'd be interesting.
Something whiny and scratchy.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
No, because it's a combination. It's a combination of his personality, but when he gets in that bad mood, like I've heard him yelling at people. Like I heard him telling, "Hey, Ultra David, suck my dick." I was like, "Whoa!" You know. So I mean, it was he got to get something like that. So I don't know what the hell to give him. I would give him.
I don't know if anybody in the WWE sounds like that though.
It doesn't have to be WWE.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It don't have to be wrestling.
You know, and remember the personas that each person plays. You know, and I talk to Champ a lot. That's why, like, you know, when I heard the shit about the brackets at the, let me tell you something. And you can all vouch for this.
Wait. What shit about brackets?
That they were saying Neo and him were fucking with the brackets, and moved each other so they didn't ask to have each other moved. Now. The bitching, yeah, they asked to have themselves moved. Yeah. So what? I mean, it's no big deal. Would have there been a story about that and people coming out like Ultra David complaining about it? Had it been, let's say, Justin and PR Rog? Would have they said a goddamn thing?
I want to say no.
Exactly. They would have been like, no, it's just, you know, it's for the betterment of the community. But because Neo and, you know what, there you go. G. Chi Suede said, Champ and Neo could get the New Age Outlaws.
Wow.
The road dog, Jesse James. But, you know, it's true because had it happened to other bigger names, let's say Daigo and Infiltration didn't want to face each other right away, would have they moved that?
Yeah, they would move it.
Would they complain afterwards?
Nope.
No.
Would they even mention it? But no, because it's Champ, who Champ happens to be one of the vocal folks out there, and Neo, you know, then it was, oh, well, we got to jab at them. And it's funny because these guys don't realize they're isolating themselves. The again, I don't want to call them the Illuminati, but they're not even the Super Friends because that's Justin and crowd. They're the Legion of Doom. They are jabbing at people now that are looking at it and going, well, hey, wait, I thought I was part of this club, and now they're getting jabbed out, and they're starting to say, well, if you're willing to throw me under the bus now, how often are you going to throw me under the bus?
Everybody's finally seeing where they stand.
Yeah.
And everybody's pissed about it.
You know, if a sponsorship drops, well, you've been always getting that shit. But if a sponsorship drops you, all of a sudden you're garbage.
Triforce, I gotta ask you a question. Then.
Roccioni said I'm Mae Young.
It's fucked up. But Triforce, I gotta ask you, when exactly do you think it started that the FGC branded you as the Darth Vader?
Chinatown, I think, more from that.
Was it the Chinatown movie?
No,
Be honest.
It was way before that. Like, I don't think you guys weren't around when I was. The minute I came into the fighting game scene with the team, they were already lambasting me. But you guys weren't around for that. Like, I got into a gun threat fight with Watson. And there was almost a big fist fight with me and Watson. and APOC at Evo 2006. Like the hatred has been around for 10 plus years. The minute I came into the fighting game scene in 2002, and I put a shirt on Justin Wong's back and Sanford's back, and they went out to ECLA in California, and the shirt said Empire Arcadia on the front, had the logo in the back, and they were signing up as EMP. When that happened, people were like, "What the hell? What is Empire Arcadia?" And I was like, "Oh, it's our video game team." And it was like, "Video game team? Get a job, you idiot. You can't make a living off of video games. What the fuck? Blah, blah, this. Esports, you dumbass. Yada, yada, yada. Why you got play jackets on you? What, you think this is basketball? Yada, blah, blah, blah. And you're not going to get a sponsor. No one's going to give you money. Yada, yada, yada.
So
12 years later, now almost...
Let me get this straight. So you proved people wrong that you could make a living off of video games and staying up whenever you want and practicing by playing buttons. That's what everybody's pissed about.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna. Let me just interject a little bit. I wouldn't say, Triforce has not come to the utopia yet. To say you can make a living would be to say that he has somebody that's retired. He was a gamer for 20 years. But he's trying to pioneer it. Just like Columbus said the world was round, and everybody said, "You dumb fucking wop motherfucker, it's flat." Now
here's a difference, though. Here's a difference. Now, I may not have my own kingdom or anything, but I have proven that the world is round. And the sad part is, no one wants to accept it anyway. It's almost as for proving that the world is round, I got more hate for it. The fact that it is proven right, like. Everyone, a couple of years ago, a year or two ago, James had me on the show, right? And in the show, we were talking about the evolution of esports and all this other stuff. A lot of people don't remember when everyone was laughing about it when I felt esports was becoming more and more prominent. Team Spooky said, "Fuck esports." In fact, I think, did he take it down? I don't know. I think it's still there. He said, "Fuck esports." He was on with Arturo, who said, "Fuck esports." He's like, Team Poverty Forever. This was on the Team Spooky stream. And then they got a partnership with Twitch TV, and they turned it from the Kings of Poverty to esports. And the flip-flop on that, they got no burn from it. Everyone was actually congratulating them that they got it. But then when I was advocating for esports and the movement so that everyone can benefit from this, it was like, "Oh man, Triforce, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're thinking about. Blah, blah, blah." And everyone used to argue about, Triforce, this is never going to turn esports. Then last year at PAX, the fighting game community had an esports panel with Mike Ross and Gutex featuring Twitch TV and Shen for winning what's the name of this thing? Street Fighter. And I'm like, this is crazy. Everyone knocks against it, right? But then when it comes to fruition, no one says anything. No one goes, "You know something? Triforce was right." Just like how a lot of the things we had this conversation on about esports tonight. A lot of people are like, "Triforce, what the hell is he talking about?" And then later on, it comes to fruition, and no one's gonna mention it. This is why I don't like when people go, "Triforce, you were right. You said that." Like, don't come to me on Twitter and tell me I'm right, because it's pointless. It really is. Just let it happen. It's whatever. Those who get on the bus, get on the bus, and those who miss it will miss it. But it's gonna happen, no matter what. Like, every prediction I have made, which is not even a prediction. This is just how industries are industrialized. I'm reading from the textbook of how they built basketball, football, baseball, X Games, and all of it. It's the same carbon copy garbage. It's not new. You guys know this already. I'm not preaching. I'm not Moses. I'm not Miss Cleo. Don't call me now. None of that. This is stuff that happens. Every industry is built the same way. Every one of them. You guys can, exactly like Konichiwa said. Triforce's been explaining this for years. And that's what I'm tired of explaining it. I'm actually tired of it. I just say, yeah, you'll see. Esports. You're going to see.
I mean, and like I said, and I know we've discussed it in our difference of it. I'd like to see things grow. I just unfortunately, and this is where the sacrifices have to come in. I've announced this before in the past, as far as when you look at those sports that you're talking about, they were established sports. And then when the players that first came in, they were the ones that were getting paid fucking 28 cents a game to play baseball in the majors. When it first formed in the early 1900s, the first official leagues, until Babe Ruth's generation started coming around, where they actually gave him $100,000 a year. Now you look at what there is now, where guys are getting, you know, fucking $172 million a fucking year. You know, there's certain people that have to understand. You might be in this, but never get a dime.
Yeah, that's true, because there's a lot of people that was in basketball and football and they never got a dime. They die out, and there's people who took over and benefited from their sacrifices. It happens. But I tell you one thing, so many people, I keep saying this on James' show, all great movements require a few martyrs, but it's going to happen. It's just a lot of people, a lot of sacrifices, and a lot of people are gonna get abused and used out of it, and they're gonna make it, and that's it. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not one of those people that I'm not trying to be a martyr for no one. I am not sacrificing myself or Empire Arcadia so that this scene. That's why I don't care about the community no more, because the community does not care about me. I'm not gonna, well, Triforce, you know, thanks for keeping this up, you know, for the community and helping out, man, your efforts. No, I'm not no good guy. Don't put me in that good guy bracket. I'm not here to die for nobody. Nope. I'm here to keep my family alive, and we trying to make it off the backs of everybody else. Straight up, because we put in the time and people are sitting here trying to kill us. Yo, we trying to survive. We trying to live. Real rap. I'm not trying to be no one's hero. Nah, I'm not on some Charles Barkley shit. I am nobody's role model. Fuck that.
It's not worth it in the end.
No, it's not worth it in the end. All this sacrifice for what? Man, get out of here with that.
Nope, you know, it sounds like to me that you were martyred and branded the bad guy over some bullshit, and because of who Mike Watson is, everyone just went along with it. But I'm happy that, you know, you've come to the conclusion that you don't give a fuck.
Nope.
It takes a big person to do that.
Mike Watson, who's completely against esports, is going to turn into esports. He has no choice.
He will. Everyone
if
will.
he wants Super Arcade to survive, he's going to have to go that route or die.
I mean, it's again, I have, you know, I know about the Triforce and Watson tribulations a little bit, you know. Again, I look at both of these guys and I say I'm friends with both of them, and, you know, I would hope that they would iron out their...
Don't say they, because I don't...
Yeah, well, I'm saying they, I mean both parties.
And his beef.
I'm just saying both parties. Care. Yeah, I'm just saying both parties. That, you know, things could come to a better resolution.
It has to a better resolution. It means Triforce ignores Watson. Watson wants to waste his breath on talking about how he punched me in my face and whatever. I laugh at that shit. Like, well, if Watson wanted to punch me in my face, he had his chance in 2006 when I had my clipboard and I was going to chop him in his head. So, and they have that on video because they thought they was going to style on me like I'm some bitch from the East Coast. And that's just not going to happen. When he threatened to bring his gun to, what was this, Midwest Championship and shoot me if EMP beat him for his $10,000 in his 5 versus 1, first to 1 on the 100 whatever win streak. Yo, he betted that EMP couldn't take 10 games off of him with 5 of our players in a 100-game set in Super Turbo. So I was like, okay. He started dissing me about the amount of money I had. So I asked my store owner, Mr. J from Game Express, give me 10 G's. Justin, Flash Gordon, Justin, Julian Robinson, Jerron Grayson, and I forgot who the 5th man on the team. I'm like, they can take 10 games off of him out of 100. We'll make it easy 10 G's. And he didn't think I was going to get the money. He thought, he was like, put away your rep money. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to use my rep money. I'm going to use my boss's money, who was willing to put it up. Because he was, Game Express was Empire Arcadia's first sponsor. So when they saw that, I was like, yo, Jay, look at this idiot. This guy's putting up 10 G's like a moron. So we was like, bet it. And then when he found out we had the money to bet it, what was this thing he told Jason Wilson? Yo, I'm going to bring a gun because if I lose, I'm not paying that money. And I was like, oh, you're going to bring guns? Oh, this is how we dealing with? So I was like, all right, you bring your guns. We're going to bring our clappers. It's not a problem. You come from L.A., we come from New York. We meet up in Chicago. We'll let those things clap like that. That's how gully the FGC was back then. Don't you ever believe that these guys are all professionals. Listen, let me explain something to you about these dudes. These dudes is all sharks and killers. They all trying to make shit survive. They don't care. All that shit talking, yet, oh, Triforce takes money from people and blah, blah, blah. Yet when someone moved to the West Coast, they asked a certain somebody for $2,000 to keep Super Arcade open. Like, man, yo, explain something to you about these guys who want to sit here and trying to villainize me. And you guys have no idea the level of disgustingness these guys do so that they can survive. These guys are all hustlers, B. And you guys are just sheep. They prey on you. At least I'm trying to teach my guys how to survive in a shark-fested world. And all I get for it is shit.
Oh, I mean, I didn't know that much. Damn, I learned something new. Finally.
I knew some of the story.
After all these weeks,
everybody learned something new.
I just learned something new. Holy shit, after 89 episodes, I finally learned something new.
And that the reason why Watson has such a beef with me is because I'm not scared of him. Every time back in the past when the West Coast used to go to the East Coast used to go to the West Coast, they used to clown people, try to slap players, throw them in ponds and shit like this, diss Ricky and all that shit. And when I came, they was like, yo, Triforce, if you come to Evo, yo, it's going to be a problem. I bought my ticket because they said that, and I went straight to Evo. And I was like, make it a problem. And that's the problem. For the first time someone stood up to them, I'm not scared of those guys. I'm like, yo, what do y'all think? I'm a little kid? I'm a grown-ass man. I'm like, you ain't put no fear in me. I'm like, are you kidding me? Don't they understand that song Biggie put out? Niggas bleed just like us. Picture a nigga scared of a nigga that breathes the same air.
I don't remember that song.
I do.
I remember that song.
I do.
Actually, I was going to say something bad, but there's too many black folks on my channel.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, Triforce, I'm not discounting you. I'm not saying that you're lying at all. So please don't say that I am. But I don't know Watson personally, and I don't know his side of the story. And I mean, obviously, he's never going to come on the show. And I'm not trying to make.
Actually, that's not true.
No side of the story.
Really?
Yeah, I talk to Watson all the time. He's supposed to be getting a mic.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear his side of the story. No, I mean, by side of the story, I mean I want to hear him explain it in his own words.
Explain what? Why he hate me?
No, why he threatened to bring a fucking gun to someone's head just for beating them in a tournament.
No one beat him in the tournament because he just didn't want to pay up if he lost.
He still threatened to bring a gun, didn't he? It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and what you expect? You think these niggas are your heroes?
I didn't say. Excuse me, he ain't no fucking hero of mine.
You think these dudes is heroes, B? I went to Super Arcade last year. I'll show you some funny bitch shit. I went to Super Arcade last year, right? Because we stopped in and everything was good. I thought everything was golden between me and Watson because at the Evo beef that we had during the Sanford versus Duck match and all this other shit, the beef was cleared up because, you know, there was supposed to be something that was supposed to go down there, and like they was like, yo, we either me and Watson can get our shit together, or Ponder and them was gonna throw us out of Evo by police, and then we settle our beef out in the street. All right, so cool. So everyone squashed the beef, whatever the case may be, and then there was a big riot, ruckus when I think Sanford won his first game, right, against Duck. And when Sanford won his first game against Duck, everyone was kind of wilding out. And like they had to separate the East from the West. So the East almost bum rushed the West. And the West was like, yo, what the fuck? So the West tried to, jump back at them. And they had to stop the entire exhibition. And they was like, yo, listen, the next time that shit happens, they're going to stop Evo and they're going to send everybody home. So what they did was they had all the community leaders gathered together. This was, I think, John Choi, Jason Cole, Watson, everyone. And we had to create a big-ass divide between both coasts in the middle, and we had to hold each other's hands. And lo and behold, I had to hold Watson's hands. I was like, yo, the irony behind this shit. But when the tournament was all said and done, Watson was like, you know something, Triforce? You're not really a bad guy, man. Yo, you're cool in my book. Yo, you know, whatever. You know, beef be gone, bygones be bygones. And we shook hands on it. So I'm like, all right, Watson's not a bad guy. So that's 2006. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No beef with Watson for almost a decade. Go to Super Arcade last year because I was at E3 and I was like, yo, let me stop by Super Arcade. Came by in there, so Watson, yo, what's up, Watson? Gave Watson a pound, man, shook my hand and all. We was all good, blah, blah, blah. And then 4 or 5 months later, I hear on Super Arcade, Watson's talking shit about me. Like, Triforce is a bitch, he's a scumbag, he's a this and a that. And everyone hit me up, yo, Force, yo, you heard Watson talking shit about you? I'm like, really? I didn't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. I just left it. I was like, if that nigga want to be like that, it's whatever. And I left it alone. And still to this day, he's still talking shit about me. And I don't even say nothing about Watson. This is the first time I opened my mouth about Watson since 2006. Since 2006. Oh, Triforce be stealing money from people. Him and his fucking guy bringing people out to VXG, scamming people out of money. Like, but I don't even run VXG. Perpetuating rumors and all types of false shit, all types of bullshit. And like, why? For what? Because hating on Triforce is the thing to do? That's what that is? Oh, then I say something about Super Arcade making money off of Nelson's death, because what people don't know is that Nelson's grandmother never asked anyone for money to bury her son or grandson. She had the money already. Nelson had a CD account of $100,000 in it. He had money for the morgue, the autopsy, everything. He ain't asked for no money. That's why when everyone's like, yo, Triforce, you gonna help with the donation? No, I'm not getting involved in that. The family never asks for any money. So anyone ever wonder who came up with that whole donation thread? That shit was not me. I was like, I'm staying out of this, because the last thing I want to hear is obscene amount of money is raised. Oh, I know what happened. Triforce raised the money for Nelson's blah blah blah, and it took the money to then invest into Empire. Nope, I'm staying out of that, because you know somebody out there gonna make that shit up. So I stood the fuck out of there. All of a sudden, all of these charities start popping up trying to raise money for Nelson. I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna stay the fuck out of this one, because when people find out that money was not needed for Nelson's grave, and people start asking back for their money, I don't want to hear nobody says Triforce name. So then when we found out, this is what made Empire get involved in the whole Super Arcade thing. There was a website where Super Arcade was promoting the Nelson remix thing, and they were using pictures from EMP. Our pictures with the EMP logo, the team jersey, Nelson, and all I did, I didn't even contact Watson. We contacted Shankar, and we said, take our shit down. Do not involve EMP's name in whatever you're doing. You guys want to do what you want to do. Do not involve us. All of a sudden, I'll smack Yipes and smack Triforce. That's what comes out of Watson's mouth on Twitter. You ain't never seen me reply back with no threats or no nothing. I just kept it to myself, because first of all, my management company was like, Triforce, do not reply back to none of that shit. Leave, stay the fuck out of it. We will handle this on a professional level, because we do not want you to be involved in any lawsuit when this shit hits the fan. So Triforce said nothing. But then this nigga Watson over there blabbing off about how you gonna like, see, this, I can't get involved with these motherfuckers no more. I real rap. I can't do this shit with these people, because everyone makes me out to be the bad guy, and like, they don't understand. I'm just trying to feed my family, dogs, and I play by the books, while these people don't. And these people are your heroes. That shit just keeping it 100%.
Damn. Anyone got anything to add?
It's, I just, like I said, it's, to me, it's, I wanted to get him on here one night. Hopefully he'll come on. You know, and he's not. Look, nobody.
I'm
likes,
not looking to start fights.
No. I'm just saying it's to the point where, you know, all this petty shit has got to get put aside. Again, you know what I keep reiterating: y'all can ride the esports wagon till you're blue in the face. All I want is fucking people not to be fucking total dicks to each other. If you're gonna be a dick, then you know you really shouldn't be here. You know, I like to turn around and keep this. Mike Watson ain't coming on. Keep dreaming. I don't know about King Kappa. I've spoken to him, so he'll come on. But he's actually like Triforce was saying, hot and cold days. We all have them, you know. And it's like this fighting over what? Even like when I tried to ask Wizard to come on the show, and you know the response I got is you accused us of stealing the money. And I said I never accused you of stealing the money. I just said I want to question where the money goes and make sure it goes where it should go. Yes, OBS should have a major, but I ain't got the time, dudes. Honestly, if I did, I would. I got a lot of shit on my plate, but I want, you know, I tried to reach out to Chen and David, and they basically said, like, you know, their typical programmed excuse, you know, we got nothing against you personally, but it's the format and whatever the reason, and then, of course, you know, after the controller incident at final round and being proved wrong, I said, why don't you come on the show and just talk? Again, SRK folks, you know, seem to think that all I do is bash SRK and Evo. That, like, you know, I run a 6-hour show of saying SRK sucks, SRK sucks, SRK sucks, fuck Evo, fuck Evo, fuck Evo. And that's not the case. You know, I mean, I try to get resolutions as much as possible. And something like this, you know, it's petty. Ain't nobody shooting nobody. We're all fucking nerds. You know, we're all fucking nerds. As much as all you tough, you know, not to use his name in vain, but all those Rico Suaves out there, you're not suave. You know, you're not fucking cool. You're not fucking the immortal game player. You're with a bunch of guys that know the Vulcan handshake. We're all a bunch of fucking wannabe Trekkies, but instead of Star Trek, we play fucking video games, make friends, drink, be merry, enjoy the ride. You know, eventually you meet a girl or a dude or whatever the fuck you're into. You wind up fucking with that person. You forget about video games because there isn't no 60-year-old fucking gamers. So life will eventually knock on your door and say, hey, look, you know, it's time to, like, do the real thing and enjoy this time. It's like an extended Woodstock. You know, Woodstock was a weekend. You got a couple of years of Woodstock. You know, but stay focused on the goals that you're supposed to. And this shit, you know, these petty rivalries that go on, there's really no room for them because there's much more bigger fish that we're dealing with. That, you know, rivalries of something from 19, you know, oh God, here we go.
But James, there's no rivalries. The problem is, this is the problem. The problem is that there's a theme, and the theme is bash Triforce.
Yeah, it's always that.
And the thing is, and people think I'm that dude you just steal on. That's what it is. It's cool to do it. You don't even need a reason. If you do it, everyone will accept you because it's the cool thing to do. There's a lot of people who hate me and don't even know why. Like, they don't, like, you ask them, yo, why you hate Triforce? And they come up with some, I heard. They start your sentence with, I heard. What you heard. And it's always some crazy wild, like, it's never something like, okay, I can see how someone can fall for that. It's just some wild shit. Like, you know, so funny. Yo, watch this, James, because you know this, but no one else. You know how you see on the stream, everyone goes, once again, Triforce is doing some blah, blah, blah to steal money to pay for the Ark or pay rent. You know the rent joke? How Triforce is still trying to pay money for the rent for the Ark? Let me put something on to you guys in the stream. All you idiots that don't know. And James knew this. The Ark has been closed for a year and a half.
Has it been only a year and a half? It seems like longer.
So what rent money have I been collecting? Yet you all run around telling people Triforce when Cypher won Apex, Triforce gonna take that money and pay for the Ark. What Ark? Cypher been living on his own for a year and a half now.
No, you're buying the wood at Home Depot to build a new Ark.
Did you hear about the rumor what I did with the VXG money? They said I bought a villa and lived out in VXG for a year with the VXG money.
I never heard that one. That was funny.
I was in the villa, dude. Don't lie. Don't lie.
I'm sorry.
Don't lie. I was in that villa made from coconuts.
Don't give these people see when you play like that, they believe you, James.
You know,
and you also bought the 2 Mercedes.
Yeah, I have 2 Mercedes.
Of course, you don't have a fucking driver's license, but hey, that's just a small fucking.
Yeah, I just have them because I'm balling like that.
You know, we were talking about bullying earlier in the show when it first started tonight, and you know what, Triforce? Everyone bullies you.
No, they don't. No. Bullies for people who don't fight back. Ain't no one bullying me. Ain't no bitch here. Motherfuckers do not bully me. No, sirree.
Bully, talk shit about, start rumors, same fucking thing. Same thing.
No, it's not. It's a big difference.
In what way?
A bully is picking on somebody that won't fight back. That's a weaker link. That's somebody that you know you could push around that's not going to push back.
They just think I'm the nigga that they can steal on. That's what it is. They think you know who they think I am? They think I'm Charlie Murphy. And one of these days, one of them is going to get that
Murphy.
Rick James slap.
Charlie Murphy?
Yeah, you didn't see Chappelle with Rick James?
Yeah,
I'm Rick James, bitch.
I never heard anyone actually use that as like an analogy.
That's just me and Triforce have a way of coming up with colorful and new fucking very Aesop fabled related things with like modern technology.
Okay.
We're old people, that's why.
But listen, like from when I started school up until I was 20, I was bullied. I never fought back. Then when I was 20, I fought back. And you know what happened? I ended up being the bad guy because I fought back.